and welcome to the local Business Doctor series. My name is Lorraine from District 32 and we've partnered with Wanneroo Business Association and West Television to bring you a local Business Doctor series. We thought it'd be a great idea to showcase some of the problems that everyday business owners here in Perth experience. We've gathered together an expert panel of businesses or business doctors who'll dissect the problems of these businesses and share their tips and wisdom with the business owners in Western Australia. I'm here today in the lovely Joondalup. Got the beautiful lakeside shopping centre behind us, and we are here today to dissect the business of Garth Davis from Property Powerhouse. And his business is just across the street here, so let's go and find him. Garth, how are you? Really nice to see you again.
Hi Lorraine, and how are you today?
Hello, I'm really great, thanks. Yourself? So Garth, Property Powerhouse, tell us all about your business. What do you do and how did you get there? What got you into this market?
What we do is we help investors buy quality properties around Australia, and our research is one of the things that we take a lot of pride in. So we research the market nationally, and having been in the business for more than 10 years now, we've over that time managed to work out who the good builders are, who's going to build a quality property on time and fix the defects. Now, that might sound to you that should be pretty normal and straightforward, but in reality it doesn't happen a lot. What we've got to do is make sure that the people that we're helping build up wealth through properties. Depreciation is very much in favour of new builds. Okay. So that's very much what we try and target, but across a whole selection of price points, apartments, house and lands, townhouses, properties in self-managed super funds, or buying in people's own names or in PTY. So yeah, it's really important to have a really good background on what investors could be looking for and trying to find the right property for the right people. So
you're on the Business Doctor show, you're looking for some advice and hints from the business doctors. What are your goals? What are your plans for the business over the next few years? My
background is that I immigrated from Zimbabwe 15 years ago, came as a business migrant, had to start a business or buy a business, ended up in a business that I didn't have a background in, so that was a service station. Very good for the visa, because you do high turnovers, no profit in the fuel game, but huge turnover, and you employ lots of people because of the hours that you work. Okay. And it was actually during that time that the young girl who was earning the least in the business, she was on the front console, her and her boyfriend were 18, and they bought a house and land package here in Perth, up in Jacaranda Springs, I think it was. And just while it was getting built, it made them 100,000 of lazy equity, just while they were building it. They weren't renovating, it was just a straightforward house and land. And then I realised I need to understand what's happening in property from a personal level. I'd like to lead. So I've kind of missed that in the 2 years that I've been in, out of this mainstream industry. I had a non-compete, which I honoured, and for 2 years I was just working as a registered rep for a small agency, and I wasn't really able to build up a team. So I'm really looking forward to building my team of sales and support people around the country, being able to lead them. I think that's where my strengths are, to give them the right environment and the right encouragement and the right tools to excel. We want to take the business Property Powerhouse national, because we can't be reliant on one database or one economy. Yeah. And as we're sitting here in Perth at the moment, we all know the economy's been really tough the last 3 years, and investment property is not a necessity. So it's been one of those things that people sort of have pushed to the background. I anticipate in the next year to 18 months for our business locally in Perth, our clients to really start kicking off.
If you don't mind me asking, some of the viewers at home are all really keen to know, do you have your own investment portfolio on it? So, you know, what does that look like?
Yes, we've got our own portfolio. So my wife Helen and myself, we've been working on that for about 12 years now, and bought pretty hard, pretty quick initially. So we got that up to 11 properties. Wow, we bought those around the country, a mix of house and land, apartments, townhouses. So we managed to do that. We did that strategically to try and get the property cycles in the different cities going up at the same time. We have sold 3 of those properties, and the reason we did that is to finance and get some equity to get our wonderful business up and running. We have a full-time researcher working for us and analysing all the markets. We want to try and assist investors to try and find out what their goals are and try and put them into the right markets and into the right properties at that point in time, because it's a 10 to 15 year game. If you get in this game, it's not, you're not going to get rich overnight. It's a game that you have to buy carefully, and you've got to buy and hold for a 10 to 15 year period.
So we've heard a really good description of what you do. We know you're trying to build the dream, you're doing it for yourself, you're walking the talk, but we're here on the Business Doctor series. So what are the specific problems that you would like answered or addressed by our business doctors?
Our particular challenge is taking this business national now, with a head office in Perth and having teams based around the country, just looking for some advice and some direction about what are some of the tips and traps that we should try and avoid. What pace should we be doing this expansion at? Should we be doing one city at a time? And is there any formula for doing that? You read a lot about some businesses that grow too quick, too soon, and that's their undoing. But there's also businesses that never grow because they never stretch themselves. So probably just trying to find some comfort around some different ideas and from people that may have experienced some of those challenges.
So you're looking for specific advice on how to grow a national footprint, and that's twofold. One, how do you promote the brand and get new business and new clients, but also how do you manage then the operations remotely, you know, on a national scale? So that's the people, the relationships.
I want to build this business as a national business based in Western Australia. The head office will remain in Joondalup, Western Australia, and we will be building up our teams in which we're currently doing in Melbourne and Sydney, and then we'll be going to Brisbane and the Gold Coast and maybe Darwin and Adelaide, wherever we feel that there is some demand. And we want to be able to go out there and help people achieve their dreams. We want to try and put them on a path to financial wealth long term, and being able to assist them with the right environment, the right people and the right team, which is so important.
Okay, fellow experts, what do we think?
I think the business model is fraught with potential problems, and I would be interested to know why. Why have staff overseas or over east? Why don't you move over east if that's a bigger market? The other problems essentially is it's an old-fashioned business model. Why not use webinars, ClickFunnels and new ways to educate people and get to a broader marketplace? I think it seems old-fashioned, and managing staff is always problematic in this day and age. And you'd know that well.
I've got 85 of them,
yeah. Managing people is a full-time job, so the business model is fraught with people problems. Whereas a webinar, it's easy. If you truly want to educate people, why don't you use modern technology and pump it out to the masses using new means? We also need to consider why would these great salespeople work with Garth. There are a lot of people selling property. It's a competitive market. And how would you retain these individuals in this business model? Because I talk to so many business coaches who were once members of other franchises, and after a year of working for somebody, they've learned the systems, that's why they work there, and then they took the systems to start their own coaching business. So it's a big risk when you hire someone to be able to keep them loyal, trusting, and working for you, knowing that they're working to give you some profits.
That's right, because Garth is putting his name out there, he's putting his business name out there. So he's going to want to be really protective of his name and his image. There's going to need to be an incentive-based program that's pretty strong, perhaps a buy-in to shares of the business, perhaps as it expands, to keep those people loyal, because ultimately that's right. If somebody sees a way they can do it, they then think they can do it by themselves. Why would they stay?
Now the people coming through who I select are always looking for profit share and equity. Commission is one thing, bonus is another thing, but they know they want skin in the game if they're going to really drive your business. Is Garth willing to give them skin in the game?